Well, Paul, I guess that was a classic game of two halves. What changed?
What changed? I think the pace of our play. We changed nothing about. We changed nothing in terms of the formation that we had and sort of the way we wanted to play, but we just did it quicker, sharper, with a bit more endeavour, with a bit more fight. And I felt like second half, 11 of us wanted to win a game, whereas maybe in the first half that didn't really come across all that clearly, which was a shame. But yeah, definitely a game of two halves, like you say.
But also, to be fair, the other thing that changed was the personnel at half time, wasn't it?
Yeah,
including yourself.
Yeah, including myself. He called me over as soon as the whistle went for half time, and then Gailey said that he picked up a knock and he brought Kieran in straight away. I think he was going to make similar subs to that as the game went on, but he was obviously forced to do that for whatever reason quicker than he'd wanted, maybe. I thought Kieran was excellent at the back. I think he won headers, he played it out well, we kept the ball, we looked really solid, and I think he's been a really good player for us when he's come on and done his job in there really well at times. And then for myself personally, it's nice to come off the bench again and impact the game in whatever way I could, and it's really nice to be on a winning end again. We
talked a little bit before about being a super sub or getting to pick from the start. You got picked from the start and a game or two ago, back on the bench today, but you've come on from the bench and man of the match again.
Yeah, it's a funny one. It is weird. I think last time it was 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes I think, and I got it. This time it was 45, maybe next time it's 65, 75, I don't know. But I was upset that I didn't start today. I was a bit frustrated that I didn't get my chance, because I thought with the game on Monday being quite a big one, he might play what he would see as his best 11. And as of recent games, it's obvious to say I haven't really been in that. So I thought today he might give me that chance. But you can turn around and say that he's done the right thing. Maybe keep me on the bench this last game, maybe this one more time, that 45 minutes, it did give me a hunger to come on. Naturally I have a hunger, but it really did make me want to come on and sort of say, this is what I can do, let me do it from the start, please. But to do it whenever is a good feeling, and to help the boys get 3 points, I think we all dug in well, and by the end of it we absolutely deserved it, so credit to us all, to be fair.
And as ever at this time of year, I always say this, become a bit of a cliche, games come in thick and fast, but they don't come much quicker than 2 days' time, do they? So you've now given Douse a bit of a dilemma in terms of him thinking what he's going to do with selections. Yeah,
I think across the whole 11, I think there are people that aren't sure whether they're in, they're out, keeping us on our toes, that's for sure. And I think the competition for places is brilliant. I've spoken about it before, and it is good in terms of you wanting to be on the ball at training, wanting to show off in a game, because you know that you'll always have that chance, because he does rotate it fairly often. And then, the game in 48 hours is going to be a tough one, so we're going to have to really make sure that over the next day and a bit that we prepare right, eat right, ice baths, everything. He's already told us in there 10-12 minutes back that we have to do all the right things, no drinking, things like that. So that's how we will prepare in order to get another 3 points, which we want.
And is the physical impact of 2 games in 3 days made worse by it being a 3G pitch? Or does it make no difference?
To some players it does. It depends on a player's body, I think. I know a lot of players maybe that are taller actually often say that it plays on their joints a bit more. And obviously, being 5'7", I cannot understand that very well, because I haven't had that privilege. So, but I don't have any problems with it, I don't think. So as long as we all prepare the best we can, then no one's got any excuses. I think that's how we'll see it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's the same for both sides, but it isn't really, is it? Because they play on it every time.
Yeah, to be fair though, I think our pitch is brilliant. Our pitch is so well looked after, and it is very sort of flat. It is very well sort of cared for, and I think that won't be all too dissimilar from the 3G that we'll encounter on Monday. I think as long as we know that there won't be any bobbles, as long as we judge the weight of our pass, things like that, then I think we should be all right. We should go into it confident regardless of a 3G, 4G, grass, whatever.
Absolutely. And I guess arguably your most significant contribution today was winning the penalty, but then of course Max didn't actually put it away.
Yeah, real shame for him. He's done really well with his set pieces so far this season. Obviously he's got us things from corners, free kicks today. Obviously he was an example of that. He scored 2 penalties so far this year, so I think a lot of us would have put money on him scoring, but he's a grown lad. You miss a penalty, the next one you take it, I'm sure he'll score it, and it's just picking your head up. And obviously it would have been a nice cherry on the cake for him and maybe myself to get another assist, but That's how it happens. We won the game. Three goals, 3 points. It's good.
How did the penalty come about? What happened to you?
Well, I was sort of creeping, and Kane and I think we're going to switch. Someone and I were going to switch. Can't really remember who, but as it dropped into the 18-yard box, I was quicker to react to the one that was next to me. I took my touch in because if you're driving at pace in the box, I always find that tired players, particularly defenders, can just sort of throw a leg out hopelessly, try and get rid of it in a desperate attempt. And luckily, I think as I skipped past one, I could see it coming a mile off. And people that watch football enough will know that when there's that 50-50, but the attacker's running towards it, he's more likely to get the touch and then try and go down. And I didn't have it in my mind to go down, but I thought if I get the first touch, I'm going away from goal. If there's contact, it's a foul, and the ref obviously did the right thing and gave it. So, yeah, that's how it happened.
Absolutely. Well, we'll look forward to finding out who plays on Monday, and thanks very much for your time as always, and again as always a pleasure to speak to you. Thanks very much.
Andrew, thank you.